What's up, everyone? Welcome to Tony's Timepiece Review and another episode. Today, I wanted to talk about insurance and insuring your watches. This was another request from a viewer of mine that asked me, hey, you can insure your watches? How does that go? How does that work? So that's what I'm going to talk about today. First and foremost, I am wearing my Rolex Submariner. Just the more I wear it, the more I love it. And before we get into the review, let's talk about package I got today from FedEx, from Bindi Jewelers, my AD. I already opened it, so I don't have to do the whole cutting of the box and all that stuff. But it was really nice of them to send me a gift for my last purchase of my Rolex. So I'll just open it real quick and see what's in the box. A card with Bindi, and it says shit, I need my glasses. What happens when you get old, man? Thank you for your purchasing your Rolex timepiece with Bindi. We hope to see you again soon. Please enjoy this gift. That's really nice. I just think it's, it shows, they give you that extra customer service, and they go above and beyond with that kind of stuff. And so, when you start spending money, you get gifts and whatever. But in this case, I'm gonna open this up, and it's a hat. Ooh, that's really soft, like super soft. It's almost like velvet. It's a Rolex hat. Has Rolex on the sides, and a Rolex tab on the back. That's pretty cool, man. This is really nice. Thank you, Bindi. They've given me plenty of hats and stuff in the past, but this one they decided to send me FedEx. I think that's really cool. I have to make it fit, but there we go. Rolex, Rolex, Rolex. And Unku, my kitty, who's on there. So let's talk about insuring your watches. Again, I can only really speak for people in the United States because other countries vary different. Okay, so there's different ways to insure your watch. You can have, if you're a homeowner, you can have a homeowner's policy, and your watch could be covered just under your general homeowner's policy. It could be a blanket policy or an itemized policy. So for instance, I'll get into that in a second. So with your homeowner's insurance, just say you're wearing your Rolex and something happens, you're out fishing on a boat and your watch falls off and it goes into the ocean and it's gone. And you then would contact your homeowner's insurance and file a claim with them. And then your homeowner's deductible would apply depending on, the amount of your deductible. It could be a high deductible for homeowners insurance. And and they don't cover everything, like you could just lose your watch and your homeowner's insurance may not cover it. And your deductible could be high. If you have renter's insurance, you can have your just blanket policy, say a $50,000 policy, and that's it, without an itemized policy, meaning they're not insuring this watch specifically, but it's part of what you have in your apartment or your rent, whatever home you're renting. And again, that might not cover whatever, if you just happen to lose it, drop it in a drainage ditch, whatever it may be. But either way, your deductible would apply, anything from maybe $500 to $1,000, maybe more, depending on what you have. I couldn't tell you. Certain states have different types of policies, and certain companies have different types of policies. So something that may apply in Texas, for instance, with renter's insurance or homeowner's insurance may not apply in the state of California. So again, I can't speak for every specific state, and I certainly can't speak for anything in Europe. So the insurance that I do for my watches, or I use for my watches, is a company called Jewelers Mutual. And Jewelers Mutual is they specifically insure jewelry, watches, fine timepieces, and things of that nature. I'll put up a uh, a comparison sheet of what Jewelers Mutual covers as opposed to homeowners or a rider, typical rider, or a renter's insurance, for instance. Um, with Jewelers Mutual, you can choose to have zero deductible and then up from there, $1,000 deductible, whatever you want. I choose to have zero deductible. So if anything happens, then, there's nothing out of my pocket and it gets replaced. How do you value what it is that you're insuring? So for instance, with the Rolex, we know the retail value of this watch is, I think, $8,950. However, is that the replaceable value? No, the replaceable value on the secondary market is, crazy, anywhere $15,000 to $18,000, right? So, but I don't have this insured for $15,000, $16,000, $17,000, $18,000. I have this insured for the amount of what I paid for it, because I can't just send them the documents saying, hey, well, it's worth $20,000, so I want to insure it for $20,000. You have to, basically show them an appraisal of what that is worth. So in my case, what I do is I send them a photo of the watch and my purchase receipt showing what I paid for the watch. Now, granted, something happens to it, I'm only going to get, what I paid for it, and I wouldn't be able to replace it again because you can't get them in retail, right? So in order for me to be able to insure this for, say, $18,000, what I would have to do is I would have to get a separate appraisal on the watch saying it's Paco, stop it. Sorry. I would have to get a separate appraisal on the watch, saying, what the value, what the watch is worth. With the Cartier, it's easily replaceable, so that's insured also with the amount that I paid for it. The insurance in itself is relatively inexpensive. So for instance, you go for this being insured for like $9,000, I'm paying about $175 a year. Again, that's with no deductible. The Cartier is $150 a year with no deductible. Tudor is, I think, about $80 a year, something like that. Watches that I have that are in the $1,500, $2,000 range, I don't even bother insuring them. That would go under, typical like renter's insurance again. So, and which ones are more valuable to me? So anything that you want to insure, again, you have to check if you have homeowners insurance, what your deductibles are and what your insurance covers as far as loss, theft, whatever it may be. And again, your homeowner's insurance, your renter's insurance may not cover everything that Jewelers Mutual covers. This is not a sales pitch for Jewelers Mutual. They're not paying me. So I'm just telling you that that's a good option to, specifically insure your watch. Granted, you may not wear it that much. Well, it's only at home, but what if there's an earthquake? What if, now keep in mind, if you have renter's insurance or homeowner's insurance in California, state of California, what your insurance will not cover for the most part is earthquake insurance. You may have a separate rider for that for earthquake, but that's really, really expensive. And the same with homeowners, and some companies don't even insure for fire anymore because we have the wildfires out here. So you have to be really careful, understand your policy. So in the case of just saying, hey, it's really easy to just insure this watch with Jewelers Mutual, knowing that no matter what happens, it's covered. So, and again, it's a lot of money. It's not, you don't want to think something's going to happen. Like, no, my watch sits in a watch box and I don't wear it when I go to work or whatever it may be that you do on a daily basis. But it's nice to know that it's covered. So having said that, I hope this helps. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. And peace. And thanks. Oh, I have to say the typical like and subscribe to my channel. And I also have an Instagram account, Tony's Timepiece Review. And I appreciate everybody. And I thank you for the comments as well. Thank you.